The story of Cleamon Big Evil Johnson and the Family Swan Bloods is a chilling tale that reflects the grim reality of gang life in Los Angeles. Known for his ruthless demeanor and violent tendencies, Cleamon Johnson became a notorious figure in the world of street gangs, representing the Family Swan Bloods with a reign of terror that left a significant mark on the community. This script delves into the origins, rise, and eventual downfall of Johnson, exploring the broader context of gang culture in South Central Los Angeles.
Come to a place like this and think that it's Disneyland, and they just want to get on every ride and run around and eat up all the cotton candy, and it's not like that.
Origins of the Family Swan Bloods. To understand Cleamon Johnson's story, one must first delve into the origins of the Family Swan Bloods. The Family Swan Bloods emerged in the 1970s during a period when gang activity in Los Angeles was reaching new heights. The Crips and Bloods, the two most prominent gangs, were engaged in fierce territorial battles. The Family Swan Bloods, a subset of the Bloods, carved out their territory in South Central Los Angeles, specifically around the area of 77th Street and Hoover. The neighborhood, characterized by poverty, unemployment, and limited opportunities, became a breeding ground for gang recruitment and activity. The Family Swan Bloods were known for their distinctive red attire and their brutal methods of maintaining control over their turf. Engaging in activities such as drug trafficking, extortion, and violent confrontations with rival gangs, they quickly established a reputation for their ruthlessness. It was in this environment that Cleamon Johnson, born in 1966, would rise to infamy.
And that breaking news, the LAPD investigating the attempted murder of a woman.
This is happening in downtown Los Angeles. Eyewitness News reporter Josh Haskell is there live with the very latest. Josh.
Early life of Cleamon Johnson. Cleamon Johnson's early life was marked by the same challenges that many young men in South Central Los Angeles faced. Growing up in a neighborhood plagued by violence and economic hardship, Johnson was exposed to gang culture from a young age. The allure of power, respect, and financial gain offered by gang membership proved irresistible to many, including Johnson. By his teenage years, he had already become deeply entrenched in the gang lifestyle. Johnson's rise within the ranks of the Family Swan Bloods was swift. Known for his imposing physical presence and willingness to engage in violence, he quickly gained a reputation as someone not to be trifled with. His moniker, Big Evil, was a testament to this fearsome persona. By his early 20s, Johnson had become one of the most influential members of the Family Swan Bloods, commanding respect and fear from both his peers and rivals. If you're enjoying this video so far, don't forget to hit the subscribe button.
Cars, detective vehicles, and crime scene investigators surrounded this apartment building here at 1231 South Hill Street. Since then, we have seen the LAPD zero in on the ground floor unit that we are showing you right now, where they believe this attempted murder of a woman took place.
The reign of Big Evil. The late 1980s and early 1990s were a particularly tumultuous period for Los Angeles gangs. The crack cocaine epidemic was in full swing, leading to increased violence and criminal activity as gangs vied for control of the lucrative drug trade. During this time, Cleamon Johnson solidified his position as a leader within the Family Swan Bloods. His strategic acumen and brutal enforcement methods made him a key player in the gang's operations. Johnson's influence extended beyond street-level violence. He was involved in orchestrating drug trafficking operations, coordinating attacks on rival gangs, and enforcing strict discipline within his own ranks. His leadership style was characterized by a combination of charisma and intimidation, making him both respected and feared. The Family Swan Bloods, under his leadership, became a dominant force in South Central Los Angeles. However, Johnson's reign was not without its challenges. The LAPD, under increasing pressure to address gang violence, launched several initiatives aimed at curbing gang activity. Operation Hammer, one of the most notorious of these initiatives, resulted in mass arrests and increased police presence in gang-infested neighborhoods. Despite these efforts, Johnson managed to evade capture and maintain his grip on power.
Crime scene tape now surrounds part of the building, and crime scene investigators have been dusting for fingerprints on the outside patio of the unit, particularly the exterior glass wall. We don't know the condition of the victim, and no arrests have been made at this time.
The fall of Big Evil. Cleamon Johnson's downfall began in the mid-1990s as law enforcement intensified their efforts to dismantle gang leadership structures. In 1994, Johnson was implicated in the murder of a rival gang member, a crime that would ultimately lead to his arrest and conviction. The trial, which garnered significant media attention, exposed the inner workings of the family Swan Bloods and Johnson's role in their criminal activities. In 1997, Cleamon Johnson was convicted of murder and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. His conviction was a significant victory for law enforcement and a blow to the family Swan Bloods, who struggled to maintain their cohesion and influence in his absence. The trial and conviction of Johnson marked a turning point in the battle against gang violence in Los Angeles, signaling a shift towards more aggressive and targeted efforts to dismantle gang leadership.
It's happened again. Burglars hit another home in the San Fernando Valley, and again, the target is a house in Encino. KTLA, of course, we've been tracking this series of break-ins for weeks now.
Tonight, KTLA's John Fenolio is live in Encino, where authorities are taking extraordinary steps to calm residents who are frightened and fed up. John.
Legacy and impact. The legacy of Cleamon Big Evil Johnson and the family Swan Bloods is a complex and multifaceted one. On one hand, Johnson's reign of terror left a lasting impact on the community, contributing to the cycle of violence and despair that plagued South Central Los Angeles. The fear and trauma experienced by residents during his leadership cannot be understated. On the other hand, Johnson's downfall and the subsequent efforts to dismantle the family Swan Bloods highlighted the importance of community and law enforcement collaboration in addressing gang violence. The conviction of high-profile gang leaders like Johnson served as a deterrent and demonstrated that even the most powerful gang members could be brought to justice. The story of Cleamon Big Evil Johnson also underscores the broader societal issues that contribute to the proliferation of gangs. Poverty, lack of economic opportunities, and systemic inequality create an environment where young people are more susceptible to the lure of gang life. Addressing these root causes is crucial in the ongoing effort to reduce gang violence and provide alternative paths for at-risk youth. The tale of Cleamon Big Evil Johnson and the family Swan Bloods is a stark reminder of the devastating impact of gang violence on individuals and communities. Johnson's rise to power, reign of terror, and eventual downfall encapsulate the challenges and complexities of addressing gang activity in urban areas. While his story is one of violence and criminality, it also serves as a call to action to address the underlying issues that give rise to such figures. By understanding and addressing these issues, society can work towards a future where the allure of gang life is diminished, and communities can thrive free from the grip of fear and violence. A June 2023 Los Angeles Times article reports that Big Evil is eligible for parole after serving more than 25 years on charges that once landed him on death row. The convicted killer has already been in state prison for more than 25 years, meaning he is eligible for parole now. But that does not mean he will be granted it. "I was on this case for 16 years and I'm very pleased with the outcome," said Bob Sager, Johnson's defense attorney. The single count of murder that Johnson is now legally responsible for is a far cry from what police once accused him of. Police attributed more than 20 murders to Johnson and his crew, according to a report in the Times in 1998. Johnson himself admitted to 13 murders at the time. Lipsky said, in 1998, Johnson told the Times that he was like an American soldier sent to Vietnam, programmed to kill. "We couldn't stop killing our enemies here either. I was one of those sick individuals. They locked us away, but we needed help mentally," he said. "I was the typical gang leader. I was real. Some people worship Allah or Jesus. I worship Bloods." Do you think Cleamon Big Evil Johnson deserves to be paroled? Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos on Underworld Icons.